Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Three Commands in Our History. I'm your brother Ananias for the A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And as always, it's an honor and privilege to come before you to give you another uplifting and edifying lesson. And today is no different. So we're going to try out a new series to help guide our brothers and teach them about the commandments, laws, statutes, and commandments, and the statutes of the Most High God given to our people so that we can learn them, apply them, and learn a bit about our history as well. So this is something that I've actually tried along with my family doing on the Sabbath day. So I'm going to bring it to the nation, And our goal is to teach the commandments so that we can learn them and apply them so that we as a nation of people know exactly what we are supposed to be doing and to apply them to our lives so that we can grow and develop as a nation, and with the history so that we can learn the greatness of our people and learn our downfalls and about the other nations and how we can learn from our history so that we can progress better in the future. All right. So we're going to open up with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, Salaki. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. And this is a precept that we should all know, but this is the reason why we do what we do. This is something that should be done on a day-to-day basis. But I'm going to start off with Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it. So we're talking about the commandments. All right, jumping down to verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So, learning right there, brothers and sisters, that we're supposed to be talking about the commandments day in and day out, from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, talking about the commandments, teaching our children as well. So, that's what this class is put together for. And we're going to continue to strive to do this every Sabbath. Give you 3 commandments and a history lesson. So today we're going to open up with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13. Now, verse 12. Deuteronomy chapter 12. We're going to go to verse 29. All right. These are some of the things we're going to dive into, of course, the Big 10, but we're going to go find the other commandments that our brothers and sisters know nothing about. All right. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 29, and it reads, when the Lord thy God shall cut off the nations from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and succeedest them, and dwellest in their land, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. So let me read 31. It said, thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God, for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters have they burnt in the fire to their God. So the Most High don't want us to follow after the ways of these heathens or these other nations. All right. Don't follow the ways of the heathen like our brothers and sisters do here in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, or we grown to be accustomed to following after their traditions and customs. Things of the nature of following Christmas. That has nothing to do with us. But we follow it earnestly. We spend more money than any other nation, and we go hard in the paint trying to celebrate it. Valentine's Day. We know not where it originated at, but we follow it to a T. And we feel bad when we don't get to celebrate it. Even St. Patrick's Day. We know not of the origin or where it comes from, where it started, yet and still we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. You know what I'm saying? And these are other gods when we worship and celebrate these pagan holidays. St. Patrick's Day. They have leprechauns and gold at the end of the rainbow, just like the Lucky Charms cereal box. You know, you're pinching each other if you ain't wearing the green on March 17th. You know, Valentine's Day, that's a Roman guy, Cupid. You know, swearing up and down you've been shot in the heart by an arrow of love. Christmas, you got your kids writing letters to Santa, trying to be good for St. Nick's sake. You know, you got the elf on the shelf, worshiping other gods. You're trying to learn how to serve other gods. That's a commandment that we consistently break as a nation of people. Go back to it. Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 30. It says, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them. Snared, trapped, troubled. After that they be destroyed from before thee, meaning these other nations, we destroyed them all. Now we want to follow after their ways. And that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? We shouldn't be asking those things. We should be looking at the fact that we destroyed them. We used to rule over them, reign over them. Now we serving them. Now we want to try to worship their gods, follow their ways. That's what got them underneath us. But now the tables have flipped because we have been rebellious as a nation of people. All right. So the one thing we don't want to do, Israel, is follow after the ways of these other nations. We got to cut it out. See, open the Bible, the book of the law, and find your way. All right. Find our way. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 15. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 7. Deuteronomy chapter 15, and we're going to start at verse 7. And it reads, if there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren, meaning our people, not all people, but our brethren, within any of thy gates, in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thine hand from the poor of thy brother. So I'm gonna keep reading though. But thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need, in that which he wanteth. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy brother, and thou givest him not, and he cry unto the Lord against thee, and it be sin unto thee. You see that? So not to look after your own brothers and sisters, to take care of them, to make sure that they straight, is sin, Israel. Understand it. We're supposed to take care of our brothers and sisters. The Lord said that the poor shall not cease from among us. That's going to keep us humble, but keep us loving one another even more. So understand that. He ain't saying all nations. He said one of thy brethren. So we got to take care of our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see one another and we'll walk right past them. Turn around and turn our nose up at him. Look at him. He need to pull himself up by his bootstraps. They need to go to one of them shelters. Stop asking me for food. If you can sit out here, you can get a job. That's the mindset that we got as a people. Look right past our own brothers and sisters, but turn around and go help the other nations and be proud about it. No, that ain't what the Lord talking about. He said, hey, if there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in the land, thou shalt not harden thy heart. Meaning, don't be thinking wickedly. Don't shut your hand. Don't be like, I just cashed this check. I've been working all week for this. Nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother. Nah, give. There's various precepts I can go to right now that's popping in my head. You know what I'm saying? The scripture tell you in Sirach, lose thy bread for thy brother instead of trying to hide it under a rock. You know what I'm saying? But thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need. In that which you want him, food, whatever, give it to him. This is your brothers and sisters. Now I ain't talking about just to the those who don't want to hearken. Hey, the scriptures speak on that as well. Don't give to the evil or the sinner, man. Sinful man. You know what I'm saying? Give to the godly. That's in Sirach chapter 12. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to get high and mighty where we don't look out for our people. Do what you can with what you can. You know what I'm saying? Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying the 7th year of the year of release is at hand, and thy eye be evil against thy brother. We don't want to have an evil eye toward our people. We need to restore ourselves by loving one another, reversing the curses, by being obedient, brothers and sisters. All right. So the next commandment, let's go to the book of Proverbs. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. It was always one of my favorite books growing up. Go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 5 through 7. Let's get it. All right. Deuteronomy. It's like Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 5. And it reads, get wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom, the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment, the quality of being wise. Wisdom in short term is how to use your knowledge, knowing when to use it. You build up knowledge, and when to use it is what is called wisdom, brothers and sisters. All right. So going back, Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5, it says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So we are instructed as a nation of people to get wisdom, to get understanding. And one of my favorite phrases that I use in the house all the time is, use your time, don't waste your time, and learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. That's how you get wisdom and understanding. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. So once you get this wisdom and understanding, she's going to teach you and lead you and preserve you, meaning protect you, keep you upright, keep you safe, because you'll know how to move at all times, brothers and sisters. All right, verse 7, it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So in everything we do in life, we're supposed to be getting wisdom and understanding. It didn't say just get money. It didn't say seek happiness. Say get wisdom, get understanding. A lot of us fail as a people and struggle because we don't have no wisdom. We don't have any understanding. This is why it's commanded for us to seek it, to preserve it, to go after it, forsake her not. Talking about wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discernment. These are the things that we're supposed to be seeking after, brothers and sisters. This is a commandment. So keep that in mind. Don't just sit around the house watching TV all day and scrolling all day. Nah, get wisdom. Open that book and read. Open books and read. You know, Revelation 1 and 3 said what? Blessed is he that readeth. All right. Now we're going to go into the history part of it. Give me 1 second. Let me put it on the screen. We're going to go into something that we all have done before, but majority of us have no knowledge as to where it came from or where it originated from. So I'm going to play this video.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that whenever a black person does something,
What happened to it?
And changes the world.
You know, I'm cool, plus I'm black, which is cool, so I win twice.
Case in point, even a simple handshake in the literal hands of black folks becomes a vessel for flyness, authenticity, and cultural solidarity. And the origin of the DAP in particular plays a major role in concretizing its place in American history. Now, DAP stands for Dignity and Pride, which speaks volumes about the time period it was born out of.
Our people have been the constant victims of brutality on the part of America's racists, and the government has found itself either unwilling or unable to do anything about it.
Time to take up the gun. Okay. The revolution has come. Okay.
Anti-war demonstrators protest U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War.
According to this scholar, when Black GIs who were stationed in the Pacific during the Vietnam War were sent into combat, the DAP became, quote, an important symbol of unity and survival in a racially turbulent atmosphere, unquote.
I'm not above you, you're not above me, we're side by side together. And that's the original DAP.
That was Lamont Hamilton, an interdisciplinary artist who created the 5 on the Black Hand Side project that explored gestural languages that were born in African American communities during the 60s and 70s. And he's right. This type of much like today. Whether Black folks are out here dapping one another up, nodding, or bumping elbows thanks to the pandemic, at the end of the day, it's all about acknowledging someone's humanity in a world that so often strips Black people of theirs. Now that's something we should all have a hand in.
You see that, brothers and sisters? Bear with me. They're dapping each other up. You know, that is part of our history. And now, Lord willing, you understand the root of it, where it actually came from. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just out there doing things without knowledge, without wisdom, without understanding. Now you had the origin behind it, meaning dignity and pride. You know, during an oppressed time, we still being oppressed, but especially during that time, that's where you got that from. You know, and it's more popular today than ever. But brothers and sisters, I pray and hope that you learn something today. And Lord willing, you apply these commandments to your day-to-day life and talk about them and teach your kids like commanded in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. You know what I'm saying? So I'm your brother Ananias once again for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. This has been another episode of 3 Commands and our history. And I pray and hope you brothers and sisters learn something. And on that note, I say shalom, shalom, peace and greetings to you all, and I'm out.